What's good, YouTube? It's my first video really doing any commentary, so I'm not gonna be too good at it, but it's gonna be a dribble tutorial. I don't have a hand cam yet. I'm gonna try and get one soon. I don't really have an introduction. I'm just gonna get right into it. So first, you just want to put on these Sigs. Nothing insane. I mean, this is what I always use. Make sure you put on Booker hop jumper. That's definitely the most important one. Go-to shot, don't forget that, and the spin jumper. And then dribble style, I use Donovan Mitchell. I also use Booker a lot. Neither of them are too great. I mean, you should probably use. I mean, you can use Zach LaVine. That's the best one, but I just like some of the animations you get for these. Then size up Kobe White. I also use Anthony Edwards sometimes. They really do the same thing. It's just whatever you like, the way it looks better. Breakdown Eric Gordon. That's definitely the best one. You got to put that on. Escape. I use Kobe, but I mean, you can use Tatum. It's kind of similar, but I think those are the only two really good ones. Combo moves doesn't matter. Crossover, definitely use Lonzo. Behind the back, I use LaMelo, but you need a 91 ball handle, so you might not have that. So if you don't, you should probably use SGA or Kawhi is pretty good. I don't know. I don't really use any other one. I know some people use DeRozan, but I like SGA if I don't get it. Spin, Penny Hardaway is the best one. Hezzy, LeBron. I like some of the animation with LeBron. And step back, Halliburton. Triple threat style doesn't really matter. But yeah, make sure you put these on though. These are important. That's it for the Sigs. But so I guess first, just talk about like the moves I use mainly. Actually, you should probably get a thing of Gatorade. Get a Gatorade bar can help you. I'm gonna buy one. I don't have one right now. And so I really use a few moves, some of the same moves in all my combos, and all the times I score, it's mostly just the same stuff. But there's some moves like some glitchy moves and stuff I don't use that much, but they look cool, or if you do them right, they could be good. So I'm gonna do the basic stuff first, and then after that, I'll start talking about the more advanced stuff. But to start, the step back Halliburton, if you just run and do that, you get that little speed glitch thing, so you start moving faster. See now I'm like you can't really tell, but if you're moving, you can tell it's like a little faster. Kind of see it in the momentum. But just do that, and you get the glitch, and you can start moving faster. So the main two moves I really use are the Booker hop jumper and the Eric Gordon. Those are the most important. Those are the two most important SIGs you need to have on. And I also use the momentum a lot, misdirections. I spin sometimes. I use my breakdown. Everything's important, but a lot of it, a lot of it is this, the hop jumper like that, or the hop jumper like that, or even this one. My favorite one is definitely this. I'll show how to do that soon. But basically, with these SIGs, you're not really gonna have too many moves to like do them and then run to the rim like that. Especially because of my dribble style. This is Donovan Mitchell. It looks like this, and you can't really run too fast, but I like it because you get this little like pause animation, and then you can do a crossover out of that. It looks kind of glitchy. It's like a little speed boost, and you also can do this, that little move right there, that little between the legs, and sometimes it looks glitchier. So that's why I use this. But I don't really use my dribble style too much, so that's why it doesn't really matter. And then my step back, Halliburton step back, it's pretty good. I mean, it starts in the left hand and it switches hands, but also goes towards where it started. So it kind of throws defenders off a little bit, and you can really just do anything out of it. You can do a momentum, you can do a misdirection, you can do that misdirection, you can do a walk back. And for the step back, you just flick down. And then for the momentum, it's a little trickier this year than it has been before, but it's pretty easy. You just want to flick up on your right stick. Messed up there, but you just want to flick up on your right stick like that, so you get that little animation. No turbo, no anything, just flick up like that. And then what you're going to do after that is flick up, then start holding turbo, RT or R2, and then hold. If the ball's in your right hand, you're going to want to flick up, start holding turbo, and then hold your left stick straight to the left. So if you do it slow, you'll get that, and then it should look like that. You'll get the little hezzy, but once you start doing it faster, then it can start looking like that. So it's really pretty simple. There's just an extra step than there always has been before. But you can really do anything out of it. You can do hop jumpers, step backs, walk backs. You can do anything. You can do momentum spin. And if you don't know how to do a spin, you just want to do the momentum, let it play out, and then rotate your right stick. If you're going this way, you rotate it from 12 down to like 9 maybe counterclockwise. So like if you're thinking about a clock, the way the hands move the opposite way for this spin. If you're going to this side, it's just the opposite side. And something I like to do a lot out of the spin is I like to do it between the legs like that. And then I do the between the legs and then I do a step back like that. So it kind of brings me back. But to do that, after you do that spin, you're just going to want to let go of everything else. Let go of turbo, let go of your left stick, right stick, everything, and just flick to the left to do the between the legs. Just flick to the left on your right stick. If you do it too soon, you'll get that animation, and if you do it too late, you won't get anything. It'll just go like that. So you have to time it right, and you have to just do it between the legs like that. And then to do the step back out of it, after you do it, you're going to want to wait a sec, let go of everything again, and then just hold turbo and flick down like that. It's pretty simple. And a move I do a lot is this misdirection into this, that little glide move right there. And it's pretty tricky. If you don't know how to do the misdirection, you have to, if the ball's in your left hand, you flick bottom right, your right stick without turbo, and then really quickly hold turbo, and then flick bottom left. So bottom right, and then bottom left with turbo. It's like that, and opposite for this side. It's pretty easy once you get it down. It might take a little bit to get it down though. And then out of that, you want to get that, and then really quickly you want to start holding your left trigger, so LT, L2, and then hold diagonal down. So if I'm going this way, I'm going to do misdirection. So if the ball's in my left hand, I'm going to flick bottom right, no turbo, and then bottom left with turbo. And then I'm going to hold L2 or LT and bottom left. So then I get that. He goes behind the back like that, and you have to do it really quick. Right after you do the misdirection, you want to hold down like that. And something I like to do out of that is I like to do the pro combo moves from 25, which is what's in the Kobe escape. That's why I like these. And for that, you just hold turbo and go left to right really quick, or right to left, left to right, depending on which hand it's in. It's easy. You can do anything out of that too. All the moves chain together. That's why I use these Sigs. Everything works together. So the main reason why I use LaMelo behind the back is not for this. This behind the back, I don't use that at all, but I use this. That animation right there, it's like the 2K20 behind the back. It was in the game last year. I mean, I think it's easily the best behind the back because all the other ones, you do it and then you have to wait a while until you can do anything else. Like it plays out unless you do a hop jump or a shoot. But with this, it ends really quick, so you could just walk back like that. You could do that. You could do this walk back. You could let it play out, then just do a normal move. Or you could also do this, the aggressive snatchback that a lot of people do. Except I don't like the way it looks too much with Halliburton, so I don't really use it unless I'm going for an ankle breaker. But the thing I like best about it is if you do it going this way, you can do a go-to shot right out of it. Well, you can do it either way, but I don't like the way Jalen Suggs looks in this hand, so I just do it this way. And then you could do that right after. You can do the go-to shot, cancel that, you can do whatever. To cancel the go-to shot, you don't have to be doing out of this. You can do it out of anything, but you just want to do it. You hold up on your right stick for the go-to, and then you're going to want to hold your left stick top left. You would think it's top right. I think last year you held it like bottom right or something, but that doesn't work that this year. If you hold it bottom right, you'll get this. You'll get that little animation right there. So it doesn't work. So you're going to want to hold top left and then just do a crossover. So flick top right on your right stick, and it'll like kind of bring you flying that way, give you a big speed boost. And if you're close enough, if you're like right here, it'll get you to the rim. Or you can do the glide back, you do the crossover, and then hold down, and it'll do that, bring you back to the 3-point line. Yeah, so it's pretty good. It's pretty versatile. I mean, that's why I like these behind the back mixed with that go-to shot. You could do that. If you're standing right here, you could pretend like you're going that way, and then you could go this way. Or you don't have to do a crossover. You could do one of those out of the go-to, or you could do that. You could do that. You could do really anything. So like you can mix it up. You could go like that, and then that, run to the rim. Or you can do this. You could do a crab. You can do another walk back, or you can go like this and then do the go-to, go this way, or you can even, if you wanted to, do the behind the back, go to behind the back again, and then do a crossover to get to the rim, which is pretty good, but you're going the same way the whole time, so it won't really fool too many people. So next I'll talk about the signature size up, which is this. I have Kobe White on. Anthony Edwards looks a little bit different, but I like it. But there's just a little pause, so I like to stay with this. And there's a lot of things you can do out of this. You can speed boost, you run to the side, you can run both ways. That's what the Donovan Mitchell looks like. I don't really like it, but again, I just use it for this little move right here. But so you can speed boost if you have Zach LaVine, it looks a lot better. You could do that into the glide back maybe with the other Sigs. Yeah, you can do that into the glide back. You could also do like anything. You do a go-to shot out of it. You could do a hop jumper. You do a walk back. The best is probably a walk back or a misdirection, but I also like doing this. You can do that L2 glide back again out of this move. It looks pretty clean. It's quick, and not a lot of people do it, so it's gonna make your clips look better. But it's the same as the misdirection. After you do the move, you're just gonna want to hold bottom left. And to actually do it, you just flick up twice. No turbo. If you use turbo, it'll give you your breakdown. You can use turbo, do your breakdown, then flick it again, and it will give you that. But to just do it standing still like out of a momentum, you just want to flick up twice, and you can really just do anything out of it. You can do a breakdown, you can do anything. So before I get into the hop jumper, which is the most important thing, I'm going to talk about the escape and the breakdown. Breakdown's also important, but so my escape Kobe, I really just use it for these combo moves, but it also has this, which I don't really like too much. I think it looks kind of weird. I don't really know. Something about the animation just looks weird. I think it's the way he crosses over or something. I'm not sure. But so yeah, I use it for this, for these, and also this is not bad. Uh, you can't do too much with it. You could do the glide back out of it. You can do the glide back out of a lot of moves, but you can do it out of this. You can do not much. I mean, it brings you forward a little bit, so you can crab people kind of. You can do this out of it. You could just spam it like this. So that's pretty nice. I'm getting adrenaline back. So that's pretty nice. But there's one thing you can do. I don't do it too much. I always kind of forget that I have it. But if you do that and then just kind of slightly hold up on your left stick, you'll get like a little animation like that, like a little he'll hezzy a little bit, and then you can do a crossover out of it. It's the animation's not too consistent, but that's why I don't use it that much. But if you get it down, it's pretty good. You know, you could catch someone off guard. You can just let the animation play out and then run to the rim. I'm not really getting it right here, but yeah, like that, you can let the animation play out and then get straight to the rim. Or you can do it and then you could fake it out and do a hop back if you've already done this a bunch of times. I can't even do it right now, but you know what I mean. And the breakdown, Eric Gordon, you can do it out of anything. You can do it out of a momentum. The only bad thing is if you're just doing this into like a regular move or into a momentum, there's a little bit of a pause, which is why it's really important that you have a good hop jumper to mix with it, and that's where like all the good combos, all the glitchy stuff come in. So if you want to do the breakdown normally, you can't do a move right away, but if you do a hop jumper, you can do a move right away. Or if you do a go-to shot, you can do the move right away because it cancels it. The other moves don't cancel it, but the hop jumpers and the go-tos do cancel it, or even a spin jumper if you want. But the best move with this is I'm just gonna talk about the breakdown and the hop jumper all in one because they really just go together. They go together perfectly. I think it's the best two Sigs like mix in the game. And so the best move is this one right here, where he kind of hops like that. It's a little bit of a speed boost, and you could do this. You go to the rim out of it, which is very fast, or you can do this. These are my two favorite moves. You do the hop back, and I mean, I get open 90% of the time using these moves, so it definitely works. And you could also just do a regular walk back out of it. You could do that. You could do it between the legs. You don't have to do those two moves I showed before, but those are really the two that I do. So just this. Oh, never mind, I messed it up. But just this, and then the same thing, but with the hop back instead of a crossover. And to do this, my player is left-handed, so it'll be the opposite. If you're right-handed, you'll go to that side. If you do it this way, it doesn't look the same. You can't get the same animations, but it still looks alright. I don't really use that though. So I'm left-handed, so I go starting my right hand. That's the best hand to have it in, and I go to the left. But if you're righty, again, you do it this way. So first, you're just gonna want to do the Eric Gordon. Pretty simple, right? Just flick up on your right stick. That's all it is. And then this is why you have to have Booker because if you start holding left, you get that. And all you have to do is right after you do the Eric Gordon, start holding turbo and hold left on your right stick. Nothing with the left stick, all the right stick. And you might get some mess ups. You might get that. Like I just messed up right there. You might get this. If you do this, it means you're doing it too late. So you want to do it. The timing is really everything here. So you got to do it perfectly. See, I just messed it up there. I don't really mess it up too much, but when you go like this, that means it's late. So if you're getting that little step back animation right there, that means you did it too late. You waited for it to pause. And if you get like that, something like that, that means you're doing it way too early. And there's also some other ways you could do it too early, but you don't really get them too much. And there's another move that it looks like if you mess it up, like it's just unlucky sometimes. It looks like that. If you get that, that's usually the right timing. Your player just happened to be at the wrong angle. I'm not really sure what causes it like that. It kind of just randomly gives me that, so I really don't know. But I don't really get it that much. So once you get the timing down, it doesn't matter. But yeah, all you need to do is flick up Eric Gordon, and almost immediately after you do the breakdown, you start holding to the right, and it'll launch you like that. So that's my best move. And then similarly, you can do this, you can do this, you can do that one to both sides. You have that on both sides. I'm going to show how to do everything and show what you can do out of everything still. But so you have this step back, you have this between the legs, you have this between the legs. You have other animations, but no other ones are really as good as those four I just showed. You have this, but it's not great. You have that, messed up there. I meant that. You have that, but that's not great either. So I guess we'll do these first. The little between the legs right here out of the Eric Warren. It doesn't have to be out of the Eric Warren. You can just be running to the side and hold to the left, and you'll get that, or running to the side, hold to the right. But same as the other one I was showing before, it's really good out of the Eric Warren, and you can do a lot of moves out of it at this angle. My favorite thing to do is this right here. Messing up. Wow, messed up again. My favorite is that right there where he kind of switches hands. And I like that because you can do a spin out of it. You can do a step back out of it. Like you can do that. You can do that. You can do a spin. You can do a lot of things. You could also just do that, but it brings you farther to the side. You can do a misdirection like that. You can really do anything out of it, but most importantly, it's the spin. And to do it, to start, we'll do this. You gotta learn how to do the between the legs, which is the same thing I showed before. The same as this. Oh wow, I messed up again. It's the same. Okay. This is only happening because I'm recording. But it's the same as this, except instead of left, you're gonna want to hold it to the right if you're going this way. If you're going this way, you hold it to the left. But if you're going this way, you hold it to the right. And this one I feel like is more consistent than the other one. They're both pretty consistent, but I never really mess this one up when I'm going for it. It's just right now since I'm trying to record a tutorial. But you can do a lot out of this if you're just doing this, not talking about this too, but just the between the legs itself. You can do a walk back. I'm messing that up too, but you can do a walk back. You can do a glide. My favorite is this right here, that glide right there. You can do that to both sides too. That's pretty easy. And to do the glide, you just want to do it what I said. Do the Eric Gordon, hold to the right, and then just hold nothing else and your left stick straight to the left. And it should give you that huge jump back. So if you happen to be down here in the paint or something, you can do it. It'll bring you back to the 3-point line. If you just want to get some space, get away from the defender a little, just do that, get back to the 3-point line. And same with the other way. Something I like to do to get into that is I do this, canceling it, so now I'm in the paint, and then I'll do this, and I'll do a glide back to the 3-point line, and then it's an open three. And sometimes it'll give you that animation. I don't really know what triggers it, but it's more the other one, more the longer hop back part. And it's a little less consistent going this way. I don't get it every time going that way, but I do get it every time going this way. I don't know. I guess it's all about the angle, and if you're struggling to get that, just try holding a little higher up, like not so much straight to the left, but up left a little bit, not all the way up left, but a little bit higher left. And if that doesn't work, then you can try down left too. Sometimes it's just about the way you hold your controller. I hold mine a little angled, so it's a little different, which is why a controller cam would have been great, but I still got to figure that out. So now to do this, okay, I can't even do anything when I'm recording, but to do this one right here that you can do into the spin, wow, this game really hates me. To do this into the spin, you're just going to want to do the between the legs, like I just explained. So that animation right there, and then you're going to want to do the same thing as this, same thing as that glide back basically, except hold LT, hold L2, and it'll give you that with the hands. It'll switch your hands like that. And you could do a spin or a step back or any other move. And I like it more than the glide back because you can't really spin out of the glide, and also it doesn't make you go as far back. Sometimes I don't want to go that far back. Sometimes I don't want to go all the way back here. I can't really shoot from that deep. So if I'm from right here, I just do that, and then I'm right at the 3-point line, so you could shoot right off it. I like shooting right off it. I think it looks pretty clean too. And to spin, it's the same as the momentum spin from before. You're just gonna want to hold LT to the side, and you don't let go of LT for this. You want to keep holding it, and then just rotate your right stick from 12 to 9 counterclockwise, or from 12 to 3 clockwise if you're going this way. So that move is pretty easy. The last move with the hop jumper, or not the last move, but the last one with these two that combo together is this. It looks the same as the regular Devin Booker step back if you're just running to the side and step back, except this isn't that. Obviously, I have Halliburton on still, so I basically have both step backs. I could do that. And it's just holding down. If you're running to the left, if you're a righty, you want to run to the right, but if you're a lefty, you run to the left and just hold straight down on your right stick while holding turbo, and you'll go back like that. And the reason I like it better than the regular step back is because you can cancel it into a spin like that. So you just want to run, do the step back, and then hold your left stick up or top left so that he's kind of like still moving. He's not paused. If you don't hold it like that, he won't spin. It'll just go like that. So you have to keep your left stick moving. And then do the same spin as the other moves. And this is also really good out of Eric Gordon. Like you could do it like that. It's because the Eric Gordon brings you in, right? And then this brings you back out. So maybe they'll think you're gonna do this move, but instead of going in, you go back like this, and you don't have to spin. You could shoot off it. If you shoot with button, you could just shoot straight off it. You could do a step back like that, then shoot, or do more moves, or you could also do a walk back. That one's not the best walk back, but you could do that right there. That's pretty clean. And then you can shoot off that. It's pretty quick, and you get a lot of space. But yeah, out of the Eric Horn, you're just going to want to, same as the other moves, do it, and then really quickly start holding down. It's going to take some time to get this down just because of the timing. It's really just all about the timing. But once you get it, it's very easy. You won't really mess it up too much. The only reason I'm really messing up is because of I'm recording. That's really the only reason. But and then another move you could do out of that spin is this. I forgot to talk about this before. Is your combo move. So you just want to do a hezzy, which is the same as the between the legs I was talking about, where you let go of everything except instead of the left, you're gonna flick to the right. So you get that hezzy right there. That's the LeBron hezzy. That's what I like it for, and I like it because of this right here. You can do this little between the legs animation like that, and I think it looks pretty cool. I got that from Venus. He put me onto that. And to do the actual combo move, do the hezzy and then you flick to the left, and then it'll do the hezzy for a little bit and then do the crossover. This is pro combo moves. I like that crossover, but I also like Kevin Durant. Um, those are really the only two I like. Zach Levine's pretty good too. A lot of people use Zach Levine, but I like this one because it's quick and you could do a nutmeg out of it. You could really do anything. If you don't know how to do a nutmeg, you do just do it behind the back and then flick diagonal up. So it would be bottom right to get that, and it's easiest to practice this out of behind the back, but it would be bottom right and then top right. And if you want to learn it slow, and you don't have this behind the back, find another behind the back that has a slow animation like that because it gives you a lot more time to do it. So like I could do that, and then halfway through the animation I could start the nutmeg like that. So that's just a way to practice it. But anyways, so yeah, you could do that. You could do that out of it. You could stop. You could do this again, the between the legs stop like that. But I like to mix it up. I'll do not that move obviously, but I'll mix it up. Like I'll do this, one play I'll step back, then the next play I'll do this, go to the rim, do the crossover, and then the next play I'll think I'm doing that move again, but I'll do the step back. And if he plays it, I'll do a spin, and then I can do the crossover and run straight to the rim out of that. And the last move with the hop jumper is this right here. It's not great. I mean, it's pretty slow. It's kind of just like a worse version of the move I've been showing that gets you to the rim. But it's kind of like a slower version of the Paul George hop jumper. You just hold straight to the right and you can do a walk back out of it or you can do a crossover. It's really nothing too special, but it works. If you haven't really done it a lot, it might catch people off guard. You can do it like that. You can do it between the legs, you come back, or you can do something that's bringing you this way and then do it. So there's a lot of stuff you could do that out of. And you could also, if you wanted to do it out of the behind the back, you could just do that. Since you could cancel this behind the back, LaMelo specifically, you can't really do with anything else. And another thing I forgot to talk about with the behind the back is if you do it, you can do all these animations I've been talking about out of the Eric Gordon. You can do them all with this, straight out of the behind the back, which I think looks pretty clean. I just don't really do that too much because I like the way it looks better with Eric Gordon. But that's pretty much it for the hop jumper. So the last thing after the hop jumper, I don't use this too much. This isn't really like a scoring move. I mean, if you get good with it, you can use it to score, but it's more just like a glitchy move, something you'd put in your clips. And I'm talking about this right here. The spin move, the spin jumper into a crossover. Before it was just a spin jumper, and you would have to like go like that and run out of it, but I'm pretty sure it was some guy named Black or something like that. He figured out how to do a crossover out of it with Keegan Murray. And if you don't know how to do the regular spin jumper, you're just gonna want to do a crossover, like do it the same way how I was showing before. With if you're in a spin, you could just flick your stick to the side and get a crossover. And to get the good spin animation, you're gonna want to do this going back. It's like back like that. That's about the best angle. And then you're just gonna want to spin like you're doing a half spin. So spin from about 6 o'clock to all the way up to 12 o'clock counterclockwise. If you're a righty, it would be the opposite. You would do it going to this side, but I'm a lefty, so I do it this way. And then if you get that spin right, you spin it all the way. You don't let go of it. You want to hold it. Once you get to the top, once you get to about 12 o'clock, you want to hold it there so that it gives you a jumper. If you don't hold it, it'll just give you this. You'll just get like a normal half spin like that. So you're going to want to hold it. And the different part is now instead of running to do a crossover, you're going to want to let it play out a little bit and then you're going to want to hold down. So right at about right here, you're going to want to hold down. You see how he just like kind of stood up a little bit at the end there? Once he does that, that means you can do it and you hold down and then you want to flick top left and get a crossover. So again, like that. And if he doesn't spin all the way around, it still works. It just doesn't look as good. But sometimes it won't let you do a crossover. It's not really a skill issue. It's just what animation you get. It's a little bit of RNG. But you don't have to just do a crossover. You can do it between the legs like that. You can do a behind the back. You can do it. You can even do a nutmeg. So you can do any moving move. You can do your combo moves like I showed before. You can do the hezzy. So you could do that, which is pretty good. That gets you to the rim. And that's just like, I mean, you can use it to score. You can do like that and then come back to the three. I mean, I think it's pretty good, but I haven't really found that it gets me open too much because I'm already coming this way. And then when I start going this way, it's just super fast back the other way. So by the time they reacted to me switching directions, I would just be going right back to where I was. So it's not too hard to defend, but I think it looks cool. You could do stuff like you could just do a crossover and then another half spin. You could do all the moves I was telling you before. Like you could do that and then the step back. You could really do anything you want. One move I like to do out of it is this little half spin into a cancel. So I like to do that, this is pretty hard. This is probably the hardest thing I've showed so far. So you just you do this. Once you get this down, you can practice this before you get this down even if you want. But once you get that down, you do the between the legs and then you just do a regular half spin. So the same thing except you don't hold it. Same thing as the spin jumper, but you don't hold it. You just do a half spin. And then once the half spin plays out a little bit, once you're about facing the hoop, like facing straight like how I am right now, you're just going to want to hold up and do your go-to shot. And then it'll cancel it completely and then you can do whatever you want out of that. So you could do that. You could do multiple go-tos. You could do it like this. Oh, okay, never mind. But you could do it that way. Get the point. So the only move I haven't showed yet is, again, it's this move with the dribble style. It's not really anything too special. I mean, if you get it right, it looks cool, but it's not something you could score off of. I mean, you could do this maybe and then do a crossover, but it doesn't work every time, and you never really know what animation you're going to get. See, like right there, I went all the way to the side. I can't do a crossover to that. But that right there, what I just did, that is the animation that I use this dribble style for. You get a pretty cool between the legs animation, and I just don't do it too much because you can't get it every time. It's a little bit inconsistent, but I like doing that out of it. So to do it, if you want to try it, it's pretty hard. You just want to do your pro combo moves or even this or any move that you can run out of. But pro combo moves, you get the best angle for it. So you're gonna want to do this and then run. You should get that little animation where he kind of stops, then goes a little bit again. And then right when you see that animation, so you'll be holding your right or your left stick to the right when you get that, and then right when you see that, you're gonna want to move your left stick to top left. So it should give you that. That's the best. That's the best possible animation you could get. I got pretty lucky there. It's RNG. You don't get the same one every time. It's not a skill issue, but that's the best one right there. Once you get used to it and you get it more consistent, you'll start getting the animation more, because you'll just get a feel for it. But it's not really something you can do every time, which is why I don't do it a lot. And then I'll do it into, like, if I get that animation, I'll do it into a crossover, or you could even just like hold your left stick down and do like a walk back. Or not your left stick, flick your right stick down and just do a walk back. You can even do like a hop jumper. It's not, the good thing about it is you're not moving. It looks like you're moving, so you could do a moving move, but if you do move right away, you're really standing still. So you could do a step back right away. So that's what looks good about it. And if I could get the good animation there right there, that's what I do. I do that little spin around move after it where I just hold turbo and flick straight to the left, and then it gives me that turnaround right there. And I like it to this side because then I could cancel it straight into that. So everything flows together. All the moves I'm doing, yeah, I'm doing them on purpose so that I could do the move I want next. I'm never doing stuff by accident, and it's pretty easy to be like that once you get everything down. So that's really the last move. There's nothing else left with the hop jumper. There's nothing else really left, but I can just show some combos I do. I mean, I like, my favorite stuff is obviously the Eric Gordon, but I also like doing things like that into the combo move. So I'll do a momentum into a misdirection, into the behind the back, and then my combo moves, which is pretty good. And then sometimes I'll even do that into that. And you're just like switching your direction over and over, so it's kind of hard to guard. You can really do anything out of everything. And I also like doing this. And instead of holding to the side to do the glide or anything, I'll do a step back like that. So, you're going to the right, and then back to the left. And then if you want to, if you get good at it, you can just loop it over and over. Like you can go like that. You can do that, that. You can just do it over and over. So I like to do that, and then I'll mix it in with something like I'll do this. I'll show like a small combo here. I'll do this and do the combo moves like that, and then I'll go like this, and then I'm right there. Maybe I'll do that, and then I'll cancel this. I'll cancel the go-to shot into that move, so the full combo would just look like this. Never mind, I messed it up. The full combo would just look like that, and it looks clean. You got a quick bucket. It was only like 5 seconds. You got to the rim, and it looks good. And you could even, if you want to do it again, that exact combo, you could switch it out for that. Step back to the three. So that's probably my favorite way to string them together. But you can really do anything. You can do the glide. You could then do that. You could do another step back. You can do this. Do between the legs, walk back, another step back. You can do this and do that, then shoot. I mean, everything really flows together. The only move I say wouldn't flow is this, which is why I don't really use it. Because if you do this, it just doesn't look too good. Like if you do it out of that, I mean, I don't know. It just kind of like stops what you're doing, kind of throws you off. Can't do a walk back out of it really. And the hezzy right here, I don't really use a hezzy, but that's how I string them together. I don't really have a plan when I dribble. I don't plan like I'm gonna do this combo. I'll just see what hand the ball's in, do whatever really comes to mind, whatever I kind of do. I don't really think about it. I just kind of do it. And then a lot of the times, no matter what I do during my combo, I'll end it with this. Probably 40% of the time I'll end it with that. Like 20% of the time I'll end it with that. And then sometimes I'll end it with the glide back or something like that, shoot off that. But then a lot of the times I'll also just be dribbling like this. I'll be in place and then the defender will back up a little bit because he thinks I'm going to do something else. And then I'll just shoot right away off that. So there's really anything you can do. You can do a lot of things. But yeah, the Eric Gordon is 100% the most important thing here. Eric Gordon and Booker are the two most important SIGs. I don't really think they're interchangeable. The only similar SIGs are Booker breakdown is pretty similar to the Eric Gordon breakdown, and Halliburton hop jumper is a little bit similar because if you go this way, you could get something that looks just like this right here, the glide, but there's not really too many other good animations in it, which is why I like Booker. I think it's easily the best hop jumper. And I mean, nothing else really compares, but a lot of these things are interchangeable. The ones I said at the beginning, you can still do most of the moves, but the other ones I gave as examples, some of them you can't. But for the most part, all the moves are universal. Like these glide backs are universal. That you don't need any certain sig to do all those moves I just did. The momentum, this you don't need certain sigs for that or for that. A lot of other stuff needs certain sigs, but a lot of other ones have the same animations. They just look a little bit different, so you can do the same moves. But that's about it for all the moves I have. I don't have anything else. That's gonna do it for this tutorial. Sorry I didn't have a hand cam for this one, but for my next one, I'm definitely gonna have a hand cam if I find new moves or I find any new SIGs that I think are better than these. I'm definitely gonna post another tutorial, or I'll post some clips, or I'll post other kind of videos. But yeah, this is my first video really commentating, so sorry if the commentary wasn't great. I'm gonna work on it. But see you guys in the next video. Peace.